Hi everyone, we made it to Unit 6. Unit 6, Lesson 2, Angles of Triangles. Now, I love geometry because it always just feels like a big puzzle. And so, if we can think of it like that, hopefully it'll make it a little more fun. One of the biggest things with geometry is the definitions. You'll notice even on the very first page of your lesson, there's a ton of definitions. And so, it's good to write them down because that will help you stick them in your brain and keep them there. But two of the major ones, at least that we need for this lesson, we've got triangles. Okay, so these are just some highlights about triangles. So they always have 3 sides and 3 angles. The interior angles always add up to 180 degrees. And then just some super basic terms for angles. There are acute angles, right angles, and obtuse angles when it comes to triangles. So an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A right triangle is exactly 90 degrees, and that's like a little picture of one. It'd be like a square corner. Or an obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degrees. Okay? Now, if a triangle has a right angle, it automatically means the other two are acute. Same with obtuse. If it has an obtuse angle, so one that is over 90 degrees, the other two are going to be acute. So that's another hint there as well. A straight line is also equal to 180 degrees, and that'll come into play in a little bit. So let's get into some examples. Number 1, if a triangle has 2 angles that are 32 degrees and 67 degrees, what is the measurement of the third angle? Okay, so there's some information that I gave you up top that helps us with that. So if every triangle has 3 angles and they all add up to 180 degrees, then with this I should be able to take 32 plus 67, there's 2 of the angles, and then add it to the third angle, and they should all add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so let's work on simplifying this a little bit. So I can add these together, or well, first off, let's see, I'm going to put X in there. Okay, we could also put A for angle, C for the third angle, it doesn't really matter. But 32 plus 67, well, let's see, 30 plus 60 is 90, 2 plus 7 is 9, so added together those equal 99. So I could rewrite this as 99 plus X equals 180. Well, to get X by itself, I need to get rid of whatever this is. This is a positive 99 over here, so to get rid of it, I need a negative 99, or I need to subtract 99. 99 minus 99 is 0, right? So those cancel out, and I'm just left with X equals, and then 180 minus 99. Well, let's see. I mean, if you want to use subtraction, or maybe you can do it in your head. 180 minus 90 would be 90. And then minus 9 more would be 81. Let's go ahead and use subtraction, though, like the traditional algorithm, to check our work. So right here, I can take this, I can borrow from the 8, treat this like a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. And then 17 minus 9 is 8, giving me an angle of 81 degrees. So this would be our final answer, is 81 degrees. That is the angle measurement of the third angle. Okay? And you can use that anytime you need to find that third angle. If you know 2 of them, you can find the third because you know how much they add up to all together. Okay? Alright, number 2. When I didn't write this very well, it's a little too tiny. So here's, I'm trying to get that focused. Alright, so here's our triangle, and it says find D. So that's this measurement here. Well, there's a couple things that we've already gone over that can help us. One, in order to find D, we need to know C. Okay, so that's our first job, because C plus 70 plus 50 should all add up to 180 degrees. Okay? So that's one thing. Then I also told you that a straight line is also equal to 180 degrees. Or, because really that's like half of a circle, right? And a full circle is 360 degrees. A half circle is 180. All right? So C plus D should equal 180. So let's go ahead and work on this. We've got 50 plus 70 plus C equals 180. Well, 50 plus 70, that would equal 120. To get rid of it, I can subtract it from both sides. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. 120 minus 120, we're left with C, and then 180 minus 120 is 60. So that tells me that C is equal to 60 degrees, okay? And remember earlier we said that C plus D should equal 180 degrees, right? Because they create a straight line when they're pushed together like that. Well, we know that C is equal to 60 plus D equals 180. Subtract out the 60, and we're back to 120. Now, the other thing that you could have recognized, and maybe you did, right, is that these two added together will also equal D, right? Notice that was what we added together, and we got 120. So, so there's a couple ways that you could have gone around it, all right? But in the long run, D is equal to 120. Number 3 is number 1 on your quick check. If a triangle has a 22 degree and a 46 degree angle, what is the third angle, and what kind of triangle is it? So we haven't talked about this yet. It is in your lesson, but let's go ahead and work through this. Well, let's see. We know that adding all three of them together, right, the first angle, which is 22, the second angle, which is 46, plus the third angle, we'll just call that one C this time, those all add up to 180 degrees. Okay, that's always true. So let's keep working towards knowing what that third angle is. 22 plus 46 is going to give us 68. Subtract it out. So got to do it on both sides, right? 68 minus 68, that equals 0. So those cancel, and I'm just left with C on the left. And then, let's see, 180 minus 60 is 120. Minus another 8 will give me 112, but let's go ahead and check it. I'm going to borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2, and then 17 minus 6 is 11. There's my 112. So what I'm going to do, so C is equal to 112 degrees. That was part of the answer, okay? Also, one thing that's important to notice is that this is an obtuse angle. Okay, it's an obtuse angle because it is over 90 degrees. Remember we said on that first page, acute angles are less than 90 degrees. A right angle is equal to 90 degrees. Obtuse angles are over 90 degrees. So this is an obtuse angle, which makes it an obtuse triangle. Oops, I spelled triangle wrong. Okay, there we go. So this was part of our answer. It was 112 degrees, which is an obtuse angle, which makes it an obtuse triangle. If a triangle has a right angle, it means it's a right triangle. If a triangle has 3 acute angles, then it's an acute triangle. Okay, so I hope that helps, and reach out if you need more support.